Good morning, Mary News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning for another news update for Tuesday, October 21, 2025. And I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and productive day. And in the news this morning, road fatalities climb. Despite growing calls for motorists to curb their speed on the nation's roadways, the National Road Safety Council says the country continues to see a surge in road fatalities. 3 road fatalities were recorded over the Heroes Day weekend. The latest victim is a 44-year-old driver. He was killed in a motor vehicle crash along the Petersfield Main Road in the vicinity of the Campbellton Garden Housing Scheme in Westmoreland on Saturday. It's alleged that the driver was speeding when he lost the control of his truck, which crashed. The country has recorded 317 road fatalities since January, a 6% increase over the same period last year when 305 people were killed. Some 277 motor vehicle collisions have been recorded so far this year. Severe weather alert issued for Jamaica. The Meteorological Service has issued a severe weather alert for the island until 5 p.m. on Thursday. In a release Monday afternoon, the Met Service warned that a strong tropical wave is now moving across the southeastern Caribbean Sea and is becoming better organized as it moves westward. Conditions are expected to be more favorable for tropical depression or tropical storm developing in the next day or two, while the tropical wave moves across the central Caribbean. In this scenario, the Met Service is warning that it is possible that a tropical storm watch could be issued while the tropical wave moves closer to Jamaica. Fishers and small craft operators, especially over southern waters, should be on the alert for deteriorating sea conditions, including thunderstorms and strong gusty winds on Wednesday and continuing through the week. Residents should also expect periods of heavy rainfall and strong gusty winds across sections of the island starting on Wednesday afternoon and continuing into the weekend. Fishers on the Keys and the Banks are advised to commence preparations with a view to evacuation should it become necessary. The Meteorological Service says it will continue to monitor the progress of this tropical wave. No driver's license services at the tax offices on Tuesday, October 21 due to technical issues, says the TAJ. Tax Administration Jamaica is advising the public that due to delays encountered during scheduled maintenance of its driver's license system, tax offices will not be able to process driver's license transactions on Tuesday, October 21. In a media release on Monday, the TAJ explained that the maintenance activity, which was expected to be completed, tested, and implemented today, encountered unexpected technical issues that have delayed its completion. This disruption affects all tax offices island-wide and applies to both new driver's license and renewals. All other services, including the payment of taxes and other motor vehicle-related transactions, remain available. The tax authority said a dedicated team is currently working to resolve the issue and restore full service as soon as possible. Crawford urges tabling of Patterson Education Report in Parliament. Opposition spokesman on education, Damian Crawford, is urging the government to take the Orlando Patterson-led Education Transformation Commission report to Parliament for debate, arguing that the landmark document is too important to remain solely at the discretion of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. A report so important cannot be on the whims and the fancy of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. It should be carried so that each individual can represent for their own reality what these suggestions are, Crawford told the news in response to recent comments by ETOC Chairman Dr. Adrian Stokes on the report's progress. Crawford said a parliamentary debate would promote a greater accountability and allow each member of parliament to examine the recommendations in the context of their constituencies. He pointed to the school bus system as an example of how some initiatives do not reach all communities equally. Referencing the school bus system as an example, there are many communities that cannot get out of their spaces because that area doesn't get a route for the school bus system. So the recommendations cannot be seen as in totality for everybody in the same way, he said. Crawford contended that the failure to bring the report before Parliament has diminished the seriousness with which its recommendations are treated. They should be prioritized in such a way to give each member of Parliament an opportunity to debate the Patterson report, he added, while giving the government a pass on its declaration of a 2% implementation rate in the last quarter, citing the recent election campaign that consumed most stakeholders' time. Crawford lamented the overall 32% implementation rate since the report's release. There are a lot of things they have misrepresented by saying that a review leads to a percentage of completion when it is not yet complete and ready for implementation, he said. He also criticized Stokes' comments at a press conference last Thursday that the recommendations remain on track with a 32% progression rate, describing the statement as a misuse of statistics and an attempt to sell a false story. The announced 32% cited by Stokes is not a true reflection because the completion of the recommendations has not been attained, Crawford said, asserting that the actual figure is, to his knowledge, below 10%. Stokes had earlier reported that of the 365 recommendations outlined in the Orlando-Patterson report, 189 are currently being implemented by the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, with 18 completed. He also highlighted improved primary exit profile results as evidence of progress. The Orlando-Patterson report, commissioned to address long-standing challenges within Jamaica's education system, outlines 365 recommendations for reform over an 8-year period from 2023 to 2031. Patterson, a Jamaican-American historian and a sociologist, chaired the commission, which has been described as one of the most comprehensive blueprints for transforming Jamaica's education sector. 21-year-old man gone missing. 21-year-old Nicoy Goulburn, a construction worker of Thornton, St. Elizabeth, has been missing since Sunday, October 19. He is of dark complexion, slim build, and about 167 centimeters, or 5 feet 6 inches tall. Reports from the St. Anne's Bay Police are that at about 9 p.m., Goulburn was last seen at a party in Plantation Village, St. Anne, wearing a navy blue shirt and a pink and blue floral shorts. He has not been seen or heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Nicoy Goulburn is asked to contact the St. Anne's Bay Police at 876-972-2211, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.